Good evening, viewers. My name is Pretzle, and today we're playing Sid Meier's Civilization 4 Beyond the Sword. Continuing from where we last left off with our Snaky Consonants Roosevelt game, Pakal is a dick. And we capture Sarmation. So I believe I was at the end of this turn. Let me check that. Looks like it. Okay. Onwards. Mao Zedong has founded Macau in a distant land. Ooh, hello. Alright, now this is, Alright, this is what is known as a demand, as may be self-evident. Stalin is demanding that we give him our world map in return for nothing. Which is fine, I'm content to give him our world map. The world map has no intrinsic value, really. The game seems to think so, but as long as I can see everything that's going on, the world map has more value to me than to them. And my world map, personally, now that circumnavigation's been done, has no value to keeping it my own. So I am going to accept this. But on the greater level, I would be reluctant to give in. Well, no. I'd be reluctant to defy any demands from Stalin. If I recall correctly, Stalin is one of the AI leaders who is able to declare war or plot war immediately after a player refuses a demand. Now, to be fair, he is already at war with Ragnar, but even with that in mind, I would rather not. Well, on the balance of things, this is a reasonable deal. And on top of that, I'd rather not get an opinion malice with him for defying it, given that I will get a small bonus for accepting it of +1. You gave us tribute. So there's that. And there's nothing else. Okay, so onwards. Let us separate this group, please. Mao's golden age has ended. Farm. And farm. Since farming takes an odd number of worker turns, it is better to do that. Let's go there. This chariot is in position. This worker is building a road, right? Yeah. So this worker wants to go there and build a road. No, mine. That worker wants to go there and build a mine. Mine. Sentry in that city. You guys can sentry there next turn. Where am I on? Right. You sentry there. And is that done? Okay, that's done. Right, so F1. No one's running espionage specialists. Can I whip anything? I can whip New York. Does New York want whipping? It's running 3 coastal tiles, so let's get it off that. And back on the hills, please. Chicago. Yeah, Chicago I wanted to whip this turn, so let's do that. Making notes of what it's running. Okay, so it gets rid of one of the coastal tiles, that's correct. Also gets rid of the specialist. Let's turn my research slider down and have a closer look at that. So, right now, 3.75, so 3 beakers per turn, or yeah, 3 beakers this turn, 42 wealth. So this commerce tile is straight up 2 wealth and 2 food, but we're not paying attention to food. The city has a lot of food. By getting to the merchant, we go up from 42 to 43, and up from 3 to 7. So that's an increase of 5 GNP. By going for the scientist, we are going down to 40 by 2, and up by 8. So running the scientist is still better. Okay, let's stick with that. Then where are we? We were still whipping. No, we weren't. We were finished whipping. I'd rather not whip Boston. Boston can rely on its own hammers easily enough. And even with that coastal tile being worked, I would just rather it grew and kept growing. For now. So let's have a look at cities that have grown this turn. of which we have St. Louis, Buffalo, and Detroit. So St. Louis is working the best tiles it can, Buffalo is working the best tiles it can, and Detroit is working the best tiles it can. This worker will want to go up and chop. It'll want to chop that soon enough. And what will we be doing in Buffalo? I'd like to get a 2-pop whiff off on that if I can. Am I going to be able to achieve that? I don't think so. So let's just let's just continue with the chopping of that, I think. We'll see where we are before that finishes. Foreign advisor, nothing happening still. Can't see why there would be a change from earlier in the turn after just adjusting my city stuff. Philadelphia, I may as well just keep building this straight on, right? Not going to get anything out of it by I'm not going to get much out of it by just whipping into the observatory, I don't think. Even with the amount of food Philadelphia has. Yeah, I'll just do that the long way. Which I don't think is going to be much longer than the alternative. Yeah, tax has been set up. Espionage, just checking for the sake of checking. Oh, okay. So Pikal, in spite of being out of anarchy, is not producing any espionage points towards me, or at least not weighting any towards me. We will see if that holds true in future turns, but for now, let's take away these signs. For now, let's just end the turn here, and make some progress. Augustus Caesar won't trade deer. Oh, what a shame. Oh dear. Let's chop that forest, because that should have been done already, and worker movements... Is that not like fast movement things? Quick moves. Go there, and build a road, whilst you wait. Build a mine. Fortify until healed. Sentry. And 1 north. That, I believe, will give the best layout for spawn busting until that city's Tsar-nation has its borders popped by pacification. Is that the word? That would probably be the word, yes. Okay, let's turn my beacons back up. And domestic advisor. So San Francisco, I'd rather not whip, it's working a lot of towns. And it needs to grow in order to improve these cottages, if possible. As tempting as it is to grow that. Then Houston. Houston can whip its observatory, which is fine by me, it's working 2 coastal tiles. Both of which it decides not to work. So let's work that coastal tile, I think. Continue to do that. Then where are we? F4, foreign advisor? Nope. Research? No. Okay, let's just check that no cities have grown this turn. Los Angeles has. Let's check Los Angeles is working the correct tiles. Actually, that's better. That looks like a better tile to work. Let's check out what else has grown this turn. Portland has grown this turn, so that's working the correct tiles though. So let's just end the turn there. I think that's enough to look at for this turn. Continue. 2 turns till democracy. Glorious. That forest has been chopped. So where to go? Up there. I guess there's no harm in taking this guy over here as well. This guy is queued, right? Yeah, that guy is queued to go over there. So that's fine. You go on. Yeah, you just go there. That's fine. You sentry. You fortify. You go that way, and then up there. And you chop the forest. That guy wants to go down there and build the farm on the plains, because I have decided to irrigate this obscenely. So, 2-pop whip on Washington. Don't feel like doing that. 2-pop whip on San Francisco. Don't feel like doing that. And just 1-pop whips on everything else. Oh, Buffalo's gone down to a 1-pop whip. Oh, because I chopped the forest. Was it because I chopped the forest, or just on top of having chopped the forest, it is now a 2-pop whip? 1-pop whip. That's fine. I'll wait until it's due to grow to size 5 in a single turn, and then we will see. See when it is worth whipping. Text screen isn't going to change, Pretzle. Why do I keep checking it? Foreign advisor screen, however, will, but not this turn. Could sell liberalism to Surrey of Armand for liberalism or gunpowder for 50 ducats? What is this, CK2? No. 50 wealth. I could, but I'm not going to. Surrey of oh, hello. Picar's getting rifling next turn? Oh god. There's a thought. Espionage. Oh, Picar! No! I need to get 5 points from there onto him from somewhere else. I guess Stalin's not a massive espionage concern. And, that'll do. I don't care enough. What? 1 espionage point advantage per turn is enough for me. So that is becoming increasingly Mayan. Obviously that's a ways away from happening yet, but I want to keep that in mind. So I think just end the turn here. Turn 238. Let's turn my research back up. And go there to farm. Now what do I want to do with this worker? Caesar adopts free religion. Good to know, good to know. You go there to chop that forest in a few turns. You build the wheat farm. You go up there, do something. Go down there next turn. And foreign advisor, still no change. Although that's worrying. As is that. Carl is rolling ahead too quickly for my liking. I get democracy next turn. Has anyone switched into emancipation? Yeah, Pikal did. I forgot about that. That's fun. Absolutely delightful. Pikal has got emancipation. So I'm still not seeing any emancipation, Angus, so that's not a massive threat. I think it's a proximity issue and a size issue. So if anyone's going to suffer it, it is Washington. Washington and Philadelphia, I suppose. Neither of which have emancipation and happiness yet. And Washington, Atlanta. Atlanta can be 2-pop whipped. I guess we can do that. Is that worth doing? No, I'll hold off on that for now. Seattle. 2-pop whip on the observatory. Yes, always whip Seattle. Seattle does not have the best tiles. San Francisco, as I said, I want to avoid whipping. Houston. Houston. Yeah, let's whip Houston. Get off those coastal tiles. Miami? Yep, whip Miami as well. Don't need to be working those coastal tiles. Will that do for this turn? Nope. Let's check what's grown. So 1645. Did I check last turn? I don't think I did, but whatever. Boston's grown to size 11. It's working the correct tiles, right? It Here, I can continue to work their coastal tiles. That's... So could it get the grocer out any faster while still growing? No. No, it can't. What else has grown? Things I've whipped. The things I've whipped have grown. So that's not useful. Then... yeah, foreign advice is fine. Okay, end turn. Carl's getting steel. I've researched democracy. I can now switch into emancipation. Stalin's borders are encroaching on my naval borders. I don't care. 62 turns to build the Statue of Liberty, even with the production advantage. But this is not my best production city, so... Guess I may as well build wealth here. There's nothing else to build in Seattle. Apostolic Palace lead... Winner proposes Apostolic Palace elections. Why do I have votes in the Apostolic Palace? I guess vote for Augustus Caesar to get the diplomatic bonus. And if he's the only candidate, which he should be... religion's the Apostolic Palace then. That is on this screen. Jewish AP. Of course the Apostolic Palace is AP. The Apostolic Palace is Jewish. What else would it be? With hammers on things. I've already established that. Good God. Right, so... everyone's getting a great engineer, apparently. Shop that forest for Sarmatian. Build a road on that hill. And move this caravel around. Boom, boom. Back to the city. Domestic advisor. New York. Can whip its grocer. And now is as good a time as any to do that. Should probably refrain from whipping New York much more. It's getting a bit much. So yeah, I'll just let it grow for now. You can work that tile because that's one of the best tiles in its radius. Atlanta, I guess whip... no, Atlanta I don't want to whip. Not for now. Los Angeles, whip the bank. And no, Los Angeles is only size 7. I don't want to whip that. Wasn't paying attention to how big New York was, else I wouldn't have whipped that. So 1950. Lots of cities grew this turn. Washington is growing to size 12. Washington doesn't really have any bad tiles to work. Right, so when I get that grocer out, I'll make a few more citizens run merchants instead of the coastal tiles. What else has grown? Philadelphia has grown. If I could enter the city, please. Same again, I think. Yeah, you're fine. Just keep working the coastal tiles. They're not the best, but I'd rather you keep growing than work the specialists. Now, St. Louis is working the best cities it can, best tiles it can by the looks of things. Even with that horrible Plains Farm. Actually, saying that, no, don't work the Plains Farm, work the workshop. It's a huge difference, actually. No, God, work the Plains Hill. Otherwise I'm just losing out on a hammer for the sake of losing out on a hammer. What was that? That was St. Louis, Detroit. So Detroit is getting its Jewish monastery in 8 turns, which is what I want. More Jewish buildings, more production, overall better. So no tech trades I can make today. Oh hell, hang on, no. Of course Ragnar isn't willing to trade techs because he fears we are becoming too advanced. Well, that's just delightful, isn't it? It's what I get for being behind on tech for most of the game and having to catch up via tech trades. Buffalo I will whip now. Get that theatre out next turn. Should expand very quickly after that. Yeah, I can't be bothered to figure that out right away. Then get the Jewish monastery out to get just those advantages. Steal that tile, and no. Okay, so let's do that then. Get the granary out quicker in Sarmatian. Yeah, if Ragnar were willing to trade with me, technologies, then I would absolutely give him democracy, but no. No, unfortunately not. So everything's working good tiles, everything that's been whipped, or everything that wants to be whipped has been whipped. Let's get rid of that sign there, because that doesn't need to be there any longer, and note that St. Louis now has an irrigated rice tile, because of this obscenely long chain of irrigation from this river next to Los Angeles. Such fun, such fun. And I'm going to spread that to Baltimore's rice tile, as well as giving Detroit some actual stuff to work. It's not often I see irrigation chains this long, actually. It's quite a sight to behold. Carl there, sitting with 300 wealth in his bank. Let's just end the turn there. Making some pretty good progress this episode. Ragnar wants us to cancel deals with the Russians. No. No, I'm fine, thanks. And that ticked him down into cautious, unfortunately. Oh, now he just doesn't like me enough to trade tech, so maybe he would have done if I'd done that. Alas, do we have resource trades going on? Clearly not. Pig to Pretzle for fish. Trade relations have been fair and forthright. There's a thought, actually. Oh, look at that. Augustus Caesar wins the Apostolic Palace elections. Funny that. He's the only candidate. I guess this worker can build a road. Surely there's better things for him to do. Detroit has no tiles to work. He can go over there and build a mine on that hill. Ragnar has constructed Versailles. Okay, of all the people to build that, he was the... Yeah, all the people I expected to build that, he was the last on the list. Like, literally everyone else on the map is far more likely to build wonders than he is. So, him building Versailles is quite a surprise, especially since everyone else has divine right at this point, except Augustus Caesar. Because Augustus Caesar is... Yeah, he's comparatively behind on tech. He's more level with Stalin, which is surprising for Augustus Caesar, actually. He's normally fairly strong. I suppose that war with Surrey of Armin pushed him back a bit. Okay, let's build a road on this hill now. Let's just get all these units to sentry. They can camp in that city, no problem. Let's... What are you... Oh, you're going to that hill. Right, okay. Then I propose you go to that hill instead. And you go over there to help with the farming. Just get worker turns slightly more efficient. So you build the farm on top of that hamlet, and it pains me to see that go away, but... in that time I should be getting some decent tiles to work in that city. Let's turn down my research and have a look at my cities. Atlanta, as said, don't want to whip. Los Angeles, as said, don't want to whip. Those are the only cities I can whip at 2 population. What's grown? Chicago. Chicago has grown. What's Chicago working now? Pizzas, probably. And wind. No, it's working coast. So, run a scientist instead? Yeah, run a scientist instead, then get onto the coast, I suppose. And Chicago's whole point at this point is to be a specialist city. No, you don't need to run extra specialists. So, yeah, just run the 2 scientists, that'll do. 2 scientists and the engineer. What else grew? New Orleans. Yeah, New Orleans doesn't have much choice in the meta in terms of what it can work. I wonder if I'll grow to size 4 whilst the Forge is still in 2-pop whip territory. We'll see. We will see. Oh yeah, geez, higher priority for this irrigation chain is for you to get farmed in Miami, yeah. Whilst Miami still just lacks tiles to work. Which is why I'm chopping this. Okay, so I get my great person next turn, at which point we shall revolt into those new civics. Of course, if it's a great scientist, I don't need to bother with anarchy, since I don't actually want a great scientist at this point. The other, more likely result, I hold on to. Syria Varman wants me to cancel deals with the Vikings. No. No, I shall not. I like my deals with the Vikings. Great engineer. Success. That's exactly what I wanted. So I could finish construction of a harbour. There's a thought, actually. Could I finish construction of the Statue of Liberty? 620 hammers towards it, which is less than half. No. So there's no point doing that. Nor do I really want 1200 beakers towards corporation. Again, only just over half. And I don't want to burn this on a golden age, since I want to use that to found mining ink, if possible. So we will switch civics in a moment. Until then, let's move this worker to build a mine. That worker can also build a mine. You go over there. Caravel unfortunately can't build a mine. So build a farm on there. Build a farm on there. And is that actually everything? Not quite. No, not quite. Okay. F1, can I whip anything this turn since I'm switching out of slavery? New York. It's tempting to whip the harbour. Very tempting to whip the harbour in New York. Tell you what I could do. Rather than building wealth. Yeah, I will whip the harbour in New York, get the overflow going into the Statue of Liberty. And then, whilst growing on that, I can work all its production tiles, basically, and that'll be very useful. I will probably lose the Statue of Liberty, but because of my many production bonuses on it, I will, what do you call it? It's more effective than building wealth. So, Boston, I suppose. That's 53 hammers overflow. Yeah, there's no harm in you whipping that either. You can go into an observatory. Are you getting enough research to bother with that? Yeah, I think so. Let's go with that. What else can be whipped? I may as well be brutal with my whipping this turn. Chicago. Yeah, Chicago can be whipped with 3 population for that. And you take away the scientists. That's fine, actually. Yeah, you can take away the scientists. St. Louis. 3-pop whip on the markets? No, St. Louis needs to continue to grow. And there's nothing I can... Hello. Augustus Caesar is willing to trade with me and he has money. He's not worst enemy of anyone, is he? Military advisor. Sitrep? No, Augustus Caesar is not anyone's worst enemy, but he doesn't like Stalin. So I will have no negative repercussions for... What do more people have? Astronomy? Actually, yeah, I'd rather he have astronomy, to be honest. So let's switch that. Astronomy, chemistry, what would make this deal work? Good. That's exactly what I want. Or maybe do it by beakers? Replaceable parts? How many people have replaceable parts? Everyone has replaceable parts. Okay, there's literally no difference in what I trade him. So You'll still give me the full amount for that, even though it is fewer beakers, so we accept your offer. Give me lots of money, finish off the tech I was researching, get me closer to scientific method, meaning Detroit might not actually get its Jewish monastery if I don't whip it. That wasn't deliberate, but may as well go with it. Not like Detroit has any good tiles to work that it's missing out on by being whipped. Of course, now everyone is going to continue to fear I'm becoming too advanced. Because I just received tech in trade again. And let's not forget to switch civics. So, universal suffrage I don't want right now, I like representation. But emancipation, free market, and free religion. I get universal... No, universal suffrage would be an extra turn of revolt. I'll do that if I ever have a golden age, and it's more effective to do that. I like representation at the moment, so let's just go with that. 2 turns for revolution, but that's fine. Vive la revolution! I did switch right, yeah? Emancipation, free market, free religion. Okay, good. That would have been slightly concerning if I had switched wrong. Everything is producing the correct thing. Buffalo... Wait, what? How have your borders expanded? How did that happen? You don't have religion, you shouldn't have... I suppose he was building culture, wasn't he? Why didn't I think of that? Yeah, he's on a... Yeah, so what's the first ring of culture? How much is that? That is 10 culture? Yeah, 10 culture. He's getting 3 hammers per turn, going towards culture. That should take him 4 turns to expand. City's been here for 8. Okay, I suppose it's possible he was working coast, in which case it would still take him 5. So what happened there? Regardless, when's Buffalo due to expand again? Just expanded this turn. 500. Yeah. Okay. So there's nothing else I can do this turn. Yeah, so we've got all our research queued up. Everything is looking good. Bakal researches steel next turn, to my continued chagrin. The guy is an asshole. Oh, Mao already has steel. Did I know that? Did I know Mao was researching steel? I don't think I did. Whatever. That will do for now. Thank you for watching. I have been and shall continue to be Pretzle. If you liked the video, please like the video and feel free to stick around for more. In the meantime, enjoy the music and don't forget to be awesome.